Good afternoon. It's Saturday. It's 2:00. It's time for HLC, Saturday Solutions. How are ya?
Hello, HLC family and friends. Just a little introduction. HLC was established in 2005 to help businesses reach their full potential. So, my name is
Christina Rue.
And
remember, the camera's up there.
Oh,
you keep looking here.
I'm sorry. I'm not good at these techie things, as I'm sure you've learned over the last few weeks. However, so we are located 724-561-7460 is our phone number. 513 Lowry Avenue, Jeanette, Pennsylvania. And our website is hlcbookkeeping.com.
Yep, absolutely. And we basically do the Saturday Solutions where we talk about questions or life situations that have come up in the last week or so, or that people have asked us questions about, or we have questions about and did research on,
or people have emailed us.
Exactly. So that's basically what we do for 10 or 15 minutes, kind of just share what we know and conversate with you all.
Right. That's right.
Is that a word? I don't know. I like it. I'm using it.
We're just trying to move the business community forward, because a strong business community means a strong community.
Exactly.
All right. So let's recap the previous week's topics.
Okay.
First off, we talked about the state of Pennsylvania is transitioning from eTides to MyPath.
Correct.
And one of the issues we've heard people are dealing with, and ourselves, is that there's only one email.
I haven't figured it out yet.
We haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
So that's not going to count as an update for today. We'll do it next week. This is why I anticipated this could happen and had 4 topics just in case.
You got to know the people you work with.
That's right.
So you know what you're doing.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So then we also talked about professional services. And what are professional services? This is your insurance agent, your accountant, your bookkeeper, anyone who provides service for you, landscaper that's not an employee,
plumbers,
gets a 1099,
contractors.
Right. Your furnace people who come in and check your furnace hopefully twice a year.
Which you should be doing.
That's correct. It is okay. We actually recommend that for insurance, bookkeeping, lawyers, advertising, accountant, you should be bidding your
services,
or the need for services.
3 to 5
years.
Business
every 3 to 5 years. I prefer 3. Just because things can change in the industry and you might not be aware of it, and you want to make sure that if it's for your benefit, you've been getting that.
And not only that, like if you as a business change something you're doing, you need to let your insurance people know, hey, I'm offering this new service.
Hey, we bought a building this year. Perhaps that should be insured.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, these are things that you want to, ongoing. You should have a relationship with these people.
That's right.
You should not know them because they kind of have...
They have
interesting and important information in your life.
Yeah, important role in your life.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
So, you want to... So, that's a very good point. You have to be comfortable with who you're dealing with.
Exactly. And there are people who provide services, especially now, like on the internet, where it's like, just send me your information. We'll give you a quote. We'll beat anybody, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
What's their follow-up?
So let's talk about value versus money paid. Correct. Because that guy who's 3 streets over from you that you're going to see at business events has more invested in your community and in your business than maybe somebody doing a AI
California.
That's right. So things to weigh out. Money's important.
That's right.
But let's talk about value too.
Yeah, you got to see what's important to you.
Correct.
Again, strengthen your local community to be strong. All right. And then the third thing we talked about was make sure you're talking. We talked about mentors and all that kind of stuff, but you should also be talking about people who are in your field.
Yep.
We're bookkeepers. So we talk to accountants, other bookkeepers.
Yes, we did.
Anyone who is in our sphere, a lot of insurance agencies, financial analysts. Or what do they call it? Financial planners, because it all fits together in harmony.
What are they called? Because we don't do it. So
I don't do that.
That's something we outsource.
Correct. And don't be afraid to outsource. Guess what? Not my skill set. You can do it.
Be okay with it.
But I'm going to be a part of it.
Correct.
And know what's going on.
Yep.
All right. So that was our recap. So the 3 things we wanted to talk about. First off is payments.
Okay.
And how do people pay you? And do you have some controls in place for that? Because everybody can get into a bind sometimes. But the key is, are your people communicating that to you? Hey, I can't pay this invoice in full because Junior fell and broke his leg and my insurance didn't cover it. So now I have to come up with $7,000. So can I go on a payment plan? There you go. You communicated. You tell me your issue. I'll try to work with you.
Correct.
But if you just ignore my invoices, don't reach out to me, then
we have a collections process.
Yes.
And we provide that for our clients as well as ourselves. Sometimes it's needed.
Sometimes it's needed. Yeah, so you should have some sort of collection process. Hey, they're 15 days. Hey, they're 30. Hey, we're at 45, 60. Right. What are we doing?
An industry standard.
Yeah. What's your industry standard? That should be part of your guidelines. Plus, have it all set up so you have these letters ready to go. So when you're running your accounts receivable aging report at the end of every week, you can say, okay, so-and-so gets a letter, and it's off it goes. Now, backup plans. One of the things that we recommend is have an authorization form that you can go in and have a credit card or a bank account, so that if you have fallen behind, like if they want to send a check, that's fine. You have 15 days to send that check. But guess what? On day 16, I'm hitting your credit card or I'm hitting your bank account, because guess what? We're not in the collection business. We're in the service business. We gave you the service. Now it's your turn to pay for it, because you have to think about, sometimes these service people can change your life. So like if you lock yourself out of your house, that person's going to come, open the door for you, give you a new key, whatever. So they gave you the key to your home. You pay them that day. Well, your accountant, your lawyer, your bookkeeper, your marketing person can change your life for the entire future. Why do we think we can wait to pay
value
them?
There.
That's right. So again, let's have some fail safes built into our process. And all you do is communicate it. Whenever you present the contract, guess what? Here's the authorization. And if they don't want to sign the authorization, that's fine. But then you have to prepay for the work. That's it.
That's it.
Because you're not in business to be a collector. You're in business to provide the service.
Right. Clear communication, clear expectation on both sides.
That's correct. Right. And especially if you do project work, you know, you should be getting something up front for the expenses related to it.
Correct.
All
we
right.
require 50%.
We do. We do. Up front. All right. So that sort of leads us into cash flow. Because cash flow is different from profit and loss. So many people will see their profit and loss at the end of the year and be like, oh, wow, I made $40,000. You know, and that had covered my salary, all that. I'm great. Except you had a big loan. So remember, your profit and loss only has the interest related to that loan. So if you're paying $6,000 on principal per year or per month, 6 times 12 is 48, but your cash flow is only 40. That's why you had to put money in the business. So you have to keep these things in mind. Cash flow is not the same as net profit. If you have things that post to your balance sheet that you needed cash for, you sort of have to figure that in.
Yep.
And we can help you do that. We have a process. It's called cash. What is my cash? Cash as in storage.
CACHE. We played on words there. Twins. Cash. Get it?
That's right. So like you have to be cognizant of all these things when you're in business. And if you can't be, that's fine. That's why we came up with this system. We let the system work for you so you don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
So be sure to call us on that because that's a big hang up because a lot of businesses, they forget to anticipate, oh, real estate taxes only happen 2 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have a capital project next year coming up. Maybe I need to start putting some cash away for that. So I don't have to get that big loan.
Mm-hmm.
So these are things we can help you with. But like, I just wanted to talk about that. That's because that came up at 4 different clients this week about, hey, I'm making all this money, profit and loss. Why don't I have anything in the bank? There you go.
There you go.
All right. So go ahead.
Somebody's calling us already.
Yeah, they are interested. Okay. All right. So then the next thing we wanted to talk about, one of the joys of ownership is human resources.
Mm.
So part of human resources is deadlines and seeing when people are eligible.
Correct.
So if you're running health insurance, 401k,
Mm-hmm.
right, there are rules of when people are making enough hours, when they're been there long enough. When are those people to be coming on the system, and are you tracking that?
Correct.
Because that's a big thing about
And
being in business.
depending on your software, you can set reminders. So like in QuickBooks, they have a to-do list and you can actually put notes on clients, customers, employees, and you can, if you have desktop online, you can send yourself notes and stuff like that too. So there's, depending on what software you use, you can send yourself information to remind you. You have employee files. You have important dates, hopefully, marked on your employee files. So you can review those once or twice a month so that you make sure you don't miss anything. Because I've done it.
Mhm.
I've done it. I've missed.
Yeah, and this is a great thing to put on your calendar.
Correct.
That, hey,
Yes.
maybe at the beginning of every month, I need to see if someone's eligible within the next quarter.
Yeah.
So that I'm anticipating that.
Yeah.
Also, there are certain things that happen yearly, like say your insurance audit.
Yeah.
So you should put that on.
Workers'
Hey,
comp audit,
guess what?
yeah.
That usually happens around March
Spring.
15th.
Yep.
Maybe I should have that on my calendar
Yep.
so I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you can't remember everything, people. You really, really, truly
So
can't.
you have to give yourself tools. There's tools out there that can help you. There's reminders. There's Google Calendars. There's tons of stuff.
There's your sisters.
Just use what you have. And like, it doesn't have to be expensive and it doesn't have to be hard, but you do have to have a system.
It can be a day timer. It can be a Franklin planner. If you're a paper person, it can be your calendar system. Whatever it is, just be consistent.
Exactly.
All right. So those are our 3 topics.
13 minutes. We're right on time. Remember, we do 10 to 15 minutes every Saturday, just talking about stuff that's come up. If you have things that you would like us to touch upon, we'll be glad to do it.
Absolutely.
Again, these are things that came into our wheelhouse this week. So that's what we're talking about. And a couple of these things actually had conversations with clients about. So that's why we're talking about it.
And so again, our contact info, 724-561-7460 is the office line. If you want to email office@yourhlc.com. Where our office hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Friday, Saturday by appointment only.
Correct. Yeah,
but that's it. So I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you have a blessed weekend.
Yep. Have a great weekend.
Enjoy the sunshine.
Oh my goodness.
It's so nice. Bye-bye.